Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Polish ebook before it's gone. Hi everyone, I'm Alicia. Welcome to Conversational Phrases. We've found that the best way to learn a language is to speak it from day one. And the best way to start speaking is to learn phrases that you'll use in real conversations. Today, we'll learn conversational phrases about occupations. After watching this video, you'll be able to talk about your job and ask what somebody does for a living. And if you want to learn more vocabulary, phrases, and example sentences you can use in real-life situations, click the link in the description to download your occupation PDF cheat sheet for free. Now, let's take a look at some conversational phrases.
Listen to the dialogue.
Czym się zajmujesz? Jestem artystą.
Listen to it again, now with the English translation.
Czym się zajmujesz?
What do you do?
Jestem artystą.
I'm an artist. First of all, you need to learn how to say, what do you do? That's.
Czym się zajmujesz?
Listen to it again.
Czym się zajmujesz? Czym się zajmujesz?
Now, how do you answer this question? This is the pattern you'll need.
Jestem.
Your occupation. I'm an, your occupation. For example, I'm an artist.
Jestem artystą. Jestem artystą.
Here are a few more professions you can use with the same pattern. Police officer.
Policjant. Policjant.
Policjantka. Policjantka.
Teacher.
Nauczyciel. Nauczyciel.
Nauczycielka. Nauczycielka.
Doctor.
Lekarz. Lekarz.
Lekarka. Lekarka.
Engineer.
Inżynier. Inżynier.
Now, listen to some examples.
Czym się zajmujesz? Jestem nauczycielem. Czym się zajmujesz? Jestem lekarzem. Czym się zajmujesz? Jestem inżynierem.
Okay, now it's your turn. Do you remember how to say, what do you do?
Czym się zajmujesz?
Imagine you're a doctor. Do you remember how to say, doctor?
Lekarz. Lekarz.
Say, I'm a doctor.
Jestem lekarzem.
Now answer the question saying that you are a doctor.
Czym się zajmujesz? Jestem lekarzem.
Now, imagine you're a teacher. Do you remember how to say teacher?
Nauczyciel. Nauczyciel.
Say, I'm a teacher.
Jestem nauczycielem.
Now, answer the question saying that you are a teacher.
Czym się zajmujesz? Jestem nauczycielem.
Now, imagine you're an engineer. Do you remember how to say engineer?
Inżynier. Inżynier.
Say, I'm an engineer.
Jestem inżynierem.
Now, answer the question saying that you are an engineer.
Czym się zajmujesz? Jestem inżynierem.
Most people who learn a foreign language learn it so that they can one day have real-life conversations with native speakers. When you start out learning and crack open your first textbook or listen to your first podcast, having a real conversation can feel like a fantasy. When everything about a language feels new, it can be overwhelming. But this couldn't be further from the truth. While it does take a significant amount of time and effort to become fluent, having a conversation might not be as far off as you think. In this video, we'll look at 3 ways you can boost your conversational skills and start talking to native speakers. Number 1, find native speakers and practice with them. It's unlikely you live near a big group of native speakers to practice with. If you happen to be in a major or international city, your chances may be better. Check and see if your city has a general language exchange. Chances are there could be a native speaker there who is also trying to learn another language. Practicing in person with a native speaker is probably the most interesting option for honing your speaking skills. But if you can't find anyone where you live, the next best option is to look online. Luckily for language learners, the past 10 years or so have seen an explosion in online language exchange sites. On these websites, you can search for someone who is a native speaker of your target language and is also learning your native language. The idea behind a language exchange is that you communicate with them via video or text chat, and half of the time, they help you practice your target language. And for the other half, you help them practice theirs. Practicing via an online language exchange is a highly effective way to practice your conversational skills. Number 2, work on pronunciation. Pronunciation is often an overlooked skill when it comes to learning a foreign language. Most people think of a good foreign accent as a luxury rather than a necessity. But what most people don't talk about is how having a good accent boosts your listening and comprehension skills. If you can hear a sound from a foreign language and know how to make it yourself, then you're more likely to understand native speakers when they talk at normal speed, and you're also more likely to remember any new words or phrases you come across. Having a good accent means that the language no longer sounds foreign. Instead, it sounds familiar, maybe even natural. So how do you go about perfecting your accent? The best way is to break down the language into its individual sounds. Make note of any sounds that are the same or similar to your native language and of those that are different. Of the sounds that are different, spend your time practicing the ones that you find the hardest to say correctly. After you're comfortable with the individual sounds, you can start linking together words and phrases. This is where accent practice starts to get really fun and interesting. Get your hands on some native speaker audio from a TV show, song, or podcast. Play the audio back and listen closely a few times. Take note of how words blend together in speech. Then, do your best to imitate what you hear, trying to match the speaker's emphasis and intonation. Our language learning program's playback feature is perfect for this. Record yourself and compare it to the original recording. Rinse and repeat until you're comfortable with the audio selection, and then move on to something more difficult. This is how you can break through the accent barrier and really start to make the language your own. Number 3, learn phrases, not just individual words. Learning grammar and individual words is great, but it's not the only approach you should take if you want to speak fluently. In addition to your regular grammar and vocabulary, try learning whole phrases, even if you aren't totally sure how they work grammatically. Learn phrases that are specific to your needs. It's a good idea to learn phrases that are grouped around a certain setting or subject, such as simple greetings or introductions, questions for getting to know someone, or traveling comfortably. You can even learn filler phrases, which you can use so that you have something to say when, well, you don't know what to say. Learning phrases like this will help you become conversational faster. You may not understand what you're saying literally, but as long as you know the general meaning behind the phrase and know when to use it, you'll be able to talk like a native. Eventually, your knowledge of grammar and vocabulary should catch up with the phrases you know. Learning a new language should feel like an adventure. There will be plateaus and periods in your learning where it feels like you're hitting a wall, but being able to speak with native speakers and have real conversations will help you combat language fatigue. After all, talking to someone face-to-face in a foreign language is one of the main reasons we start learning in the first place. And for even more ways to gain conversation skills, check out our complete language learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Get tons of resources to have you speaking in your target language. And if you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye! Hey everyone, Alicia here. Welcome to Conversational Phrases. We've found that the best way to learn a language is to speak it from day one. And the best way to start speaking is to learn phrases that you'll use in real conversations. In this lesson, we'll learn conversational phrases to answer the question, how's your mother? After watching this video, you'll be able to talk about well-being and ask how someone is doing. And if you want to learn more vocabulary, phrases, and example sentences you can use in real-life situations, click the link in the description to download your Conversation About Family Well-Being PDF cheat sheet for free. Now let's take a look at some conversational phrases.
Listen to the dialogue.
Jak się czuje twoja mama? Ona czuje się dobrze.
Once more with the English translation.
Jak się czuje twoja mama?
How's your mother?
Ona czuje się dobrze.
She's fine. First of all, you'll need to learn how to say, how's your mother? That's,
Jak się czuje twoja mama?
listen to it again.
Jak się czuje twoja mama? Jak się czuje twoja mama?
This Polish sentence literally means, how is feeling your mother? But it translates as, how's your mother in English. Now, how do you answer this question? The pattern is
Ona czuje się.
state of well-being. This Polish sentence literally means she is feeling state of well-being, But it translates as she is state of well. For example, she's fine.
Ona czuje się dobrze. Ona czuje się dobrze.
Here are a few expressions related to well-being that you can use with this pattern. Great,
Świetnie. Świetnie.
fine,
Dobrze. Dobrze.
so-so,
Tak sobie. Tak sobie.
bad,
Źle. Źle.
Let's look at some examples. Listen and repeat or speak along with the native speakers.
Jak się czuje twoja mama? Ona czuje się świetnie. Jak się czuje twoja mama? Ona czuje się tak sobie. Jak się czuje twoja mama? Ona czuje się źle.
Okay, now it's your turn. Do you remember how to say, "How's your mother?"
Jak się czuje twoja mama?
Imagine she's great. Do you remember how to say, "Great"?
Świetnie. Świetnie.
Say, "She's great."
Ona czuje się świetnie.
Now, answer the question saying she's great.
Jak się czuje twoja mama? Ona czuje się świetnie.
Now imagine she's so-so. Do you remember how to say so-so?
Tak sobie. Tak sobie.
Say, "She's so-so."
Ona czuje się tak sobie.
Now, answer the question saying she's so-so.
Jak się czuje twoja mama? Ona czuje się tak sobie.
Now imagine she's bad. Do you remember how to say bad?
Źle. Źle.
Say, "She's bad."
Ona czuje się źle.
Now answer the question saying she's bad.
Jak się czuje twoja mama? Ona czuje się źle.
You've studied for a while and are ready to talk to people and practice what you've learned. But where do you start? Starting a conversation in a new language can seem a bit intimidating. How do you just jump into it? In this video, we'll look at 5 ways to start conversations. Number 1. Introduce yourself in your target language. This is usually one of the first things you learn when you start studying a new language. And sometimes, starting a conversation, or continuing one, is as simple as introducing yourself. Number 2. Talking about the weather. This is a universal talking point. People talk about the weather all over the world. And just saying, "It's really nice today," is enough to start a conversation. A great way to practice your weather conversation skills is to check out our Can-Do lesson pathway. This series of lessons teaches you how to talk about the weather in your target language. Number 3. Give compliments. Compliments are a great way to start a conversation. You can compliment something about your conversation partner's city, country, or something specific to them personally. "Hey, your bag is super cute," or "That ice cream looks delicious." These kinds of compliments can lead to further conversation about what you complimented. In this case, it could be fashion or a local restaurant. This is a great way to make quick connections with people. Number 4. Ask for help. For example, you can ask for directions, ask about prices, or request recommendations for restaurants or shopping spots, and let the conversation go from there. People are usually happy to lend a helping hand to tourists who are visiting their city. Number 5. Learn phrases for transactions. This can include getting a room at a hotel or telling a taxi driver where to go. When you're traveling overseas, you'll need to talk to other people in your target language. And while this might be a bit scary at first, you'll find that the people you meet are just happy that you're trying to communicate with them. So get started talking in your target language now. For even more tips on how to start conversations, check out our complete language learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Get tons of resources to have you speaking in your target language. And if you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye! Hi everyone, I'm Alicia. Welcome to Conversational Phrases. We've found that the best way to learn a language is to speak it from day one. And the best way to start speaking is to learn phrases that you'll use in real conversations. In this lesson, you'll learn conversational phrases to answer the question, what are you doing during the holiday? After watching this video, you'll be able to talk about your holiday plans. And if you want to learn more vocabulary, phrases, and example sentences you can use in real-life situations, click the link in the description to download your National Holidays PDF cheat sheet for free. Now, let's take a look at some conversational phrases.
Listen to the dialogue.
Co robisz na Wielkanoc?
Planuję jechać na plażę.
Once more with the English translation.
Co robisz na Wielkanoc?
What are you doing for Easter?
Planuję jechać na plażę.
I'm planning to go to the beach. First of all, you'll need to learn how to say, what are you doing for Easter? That's,
Co robisz na Wielkanoc?
listen to it again.
Co robisz na Wielkanoc? Co robisz na Wielkanoc?
Now, how do you answer this question? The pattern is
Planuję.
plan. I'm planning to plan. For example, I'm planning to go to the beach.
Planuję jechać na plażę. Planuję jechać na plażę.
Here are a few more phrases you can use with the same pattern to talk about your plans. Go to the beach.
Jechać na plażę. Jechać na plażę.
Travel.
Podróżować. Podróżować.
Stay home.
Zostać w domu. Zostać w domu.
Go to the movies.
Iść do kina. Iść do kina.
Let's look at some examples. Listen and repeat, or speak along with the native speakers.
Co robisz na Wielkanoc?
Planuję podróżować.
Co robisz na Wielkanoc?
Planuję zostać w domu.
Co robisz na Wielkanoc?
Planuję iść do kina.
Okay, now it's your turn. Do you remember how to say, what are you doing for Easter?
Co robisz na Wielkanoc?
Imagine you're planning to travel. Do you remember how to say travel?
Podróżować. Podróżować.
Say, I'm planning to travel.
Planuję podróżować.
Now, answer the question saying you're planning to travel.
Co robisz na Wielkanoc?
Planuję podróżować.
Now, imagine you're planning to stay home. Do you remember how to say stay home?
Zostać w domu. Zostać w domu.
Say, I'm planning to stay home.
Planuję zostać w domu.
Now, answer the question saying you're planning to stay home.
Co robisz na Wielkanoc?
Planuję zostać w domu.
Now imagine you're planning to go to the movies. Do you remember how to say go to the movies?
Iść do kina. Iść do kina.
Say, I'm planning to go to the movies.
Planuję iść do kina.
Now, answer the question saying you're planning to go to the movies.
Co robisz na Wielkanoc?
Planuję iść do kina.
Want to speak your target language with confidence and impress native speakers? When learning to speak a new language, you have lots of things to think about, including grammar, vocabulary, and pronunciation. Because you're thinking of all of these things and trying to speak, it can be difficult to communicate with confidence, especially in the beginning. This is why it's helpful to make confidence-building exercises part of your language learning process. In this video, you'll learn 7 ways to boost your confidence. 1. Read out loud. This might seem pretty basic, but it's a great way to practice speaking. Reading aloud lets you practice speaking without having to think about grammar or things to talk about. Reading out loud lets you focus on your pronunciation and the rhythm of the language. It can help you learn to speak more smoothly and quickly, without even thinking about it. If you're using our lessons, read the dialogue out loud as you listen. You can read along with the dialogue tool, the lesson notes, or the transcript. 2. Read like a child. This might sound strange, but think about children learning to read. They go slow and sound everything out. Maybe it takes 2 or 3 tries before they read a new word smoothly, and a few more tries before they can read it at a natural pace. This example applies to language learning too. If you find a complex sentence in something you're reading, read it slowly at first, then speed up. With practice, you'll be able to say it easily. It might feel a bit silly to speak very slowly, but this kind of practice can help you identify tough sounds you might miss or say incorrectly when reading quickly. 3. Use the dialogue breakdown tool. If you're using our site, this is a great tool to take advantage of. It breaks down lesson conversations into individual lines. You can listen to the audio for each line, learn what each line means, and can reread and review as much as you want. 4. Use the voice recorder to record and compare yourself with native speakers. Just click on the microphone icon next to each line in the dialogue section. You can use this tool to perfect your pronunciation if you like, but this is also something you can use to work on speaking with confidence at native level speed. You'll find this tool in the dialogue section of all of our lessons. 5. Repeat and review old lesson conversations. Reviewing what you've studied in the past is the best way to make sure you maintain what you've learned. Go back to older lessons, download the lesson dialogue tracks, and re-listen to the conversations again and again. Or you can reread the dialogue lines from previous lessons until you've mastered them all. 6. Shadow conversations. Repeat what you hear out loud. This tactic is important, but it can be tricky when you're doing a brand new lesson. If you're reviewing dialogues from lessons you've done though, it's super easy to do. Just listen to the dialogue and repeat what you hear. Shadowing means mimicking the speaker as soon as they speak, following their intonation and rhythms as closely as possible. 7. Send recordings to your Premium Plus teacher. If you want to speak with confidence, there's no better confidence boost than feedback from a native speaker, and you get just that with a Premium Plus teacher. You can record yourself reciting a lesson dialogue or any dialogue of your own, and your teacher will give you specific tips on how to improve. From the tips your teacher gives you, choose at least one and practice, practice, practice. Being able to react quickly and with confidence in a conversation is typically not something you can do on your first try, but if you continue practicing, you'll gradually find yourself speaking with ease. And for even more ways to build your speaking confidence, check out our complete language learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Get tons of resources to have you speaking in your target language. And if you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye! Hi everyone, I'm Alicia. Welcome to Conversational Phrases. We've found that the best way to learn a language is to speak it from day one. And the best way to start speaking is to learn phrases that you'll use in real conversations. In this lesson, you'll learn conversational phrases to use when talking on the phone. After watching this video, you'll be able to ask for someone on the phone and to put someone on hold. And if you want to learn more vocabulary, phrases, and example sentences you can use in real-life situations, click the link in the description to download your Making a Phone Call PDF cheat sheet for free. Now, let's take a look at some conversational phrases.
Listen to the dialogue.
Dzień dobry. Chciałbym rozmawiać z osobą odpowiadającą.
Oczywiście. Chwileczkę.
Once more with the English translation.
Dzień dobry. Chciałbym rozmawiać z osobą odpowiadającą.
Hello, I'd like to speak with the person in charge.
Oczywiście. Chwileczkę.
Okay, just a moment. First of all, you'll need to learn how to say hello on the phone. That's
Dzień dobry. Dzień dobry.
Then you'll need to learn how to say, I'd like to speak with person. The pattern is
Chciałbym rozmawiać z...
person. For example, hello, I'd like to speak with the person in charge.
Dzień dobry. Chciałbym rozmawiać z osobą odpowiadającą. Dzień dobry. Chciałbym rozmawiać z osobą odpowiadającą.
Now, how do you answer this question?
Oczywiście. Chwileczkę.
Okay, just a moment. Listen to it again.
Oczywiście. Chwileczkę. Oczywiście. Chwileczkę.
This Polish sentence literally translates as, of course, just a moment. But it means, okay, just a moment. Here are a few more phrases you can use with the same pattern to talk on the phone. The person in charge.
Osoba odpowiadająca. Osoba odpowiadająca.
A sales representative.
Przedstawiciel handlowy. Przedstawiciel handlowy.
The manager.
Menadżer. Menadżer.
Customer service.
Obsługa klienta. Obsługa klienta.
Let's look at some examples. Listen and repeat or speak along with the native speakers.
Chciałbym rozmawiać z przedstawicielem handlowym.
Oczywiście. Chwileczkę.
Chciałbym rozmawiać z menedżerem.
Oczywiście. Chwileczkę.
Chciałbym rozmawiać z obsługą klienta.
Oczywiście. Chwileczkę.
Okay, now it's your turn. Do you remember how to say, I'd like to speak with person?
Chciałbym rozmawiać z...
Person. And how do you answer it?
Oczywiście. Chwileczkę.
Imagine you want to talk to a sales representative. Do you remember how to say, a sales representative?
Przedstawiciel handlowy. Przedstawiciel handlowy.
Say, I'd like to speak with a sales representative.
Chciałbym rozmawiać z przedstawicielem handlowym.
Now say you want to talk to a sales representative and answer it.
Chciałbym rozmawiać z przedstawicielem handlowym.
Oczywiście, chwileczkę.
Now, imagine you want to talk to the manager. Do you remember how to say the manager?
Menadżer. Menadżer.
Say, I'd like to speak with the manager.
Chciałbym rozmawiać z menedżerem.
Now say you want to talk to the manager and answer it.
Chciałbym rozmawiać z menedżerem.
Oczywiście, chwileczkę.
Now imagine you want to talk to customer service. Do you remember how to say customer service?
Obsługa klienta. Obsługa klienta.
Say, I'd like to speak with customer service.
Chciałbym rozmawiać z obsługą klienta.
Now say you want to talk to customer service and answer it.
Chciałbym rozmawiać z obsługą klienta.
Oczywiście, chwileczkę.
Want to speak and understand more of your target language? If so, of course, you'll need to know more words and phrases than you do now. In this video, we'll cover 5 ways to master new words and phrases fast. Number 1, use our free vocabulary list. This is a free library of vocabulary and phrase lessons for all kinds of situations. You can learn words and phrases for current events, holidays like Halloween and Thanksgiving, and useful topics, like the top 10 ways to say hello, conversational phrases, and more. You'll learn phrases that you won't find in textbooks. If you want to learn extra fast, use the slideshow tool. Just tap or click on View Slideshow, then sit back and review the words and phrases. Find the vocabulary list in the vocabulary drop-down menu on the site. These vocabulary lists are free for all users. Number 2, take the audio and video lessons. One of the best ways to learn new words is by hearing and using them in conversations. This is because it gives you the opportunity to understand how the words are actually used. In every lesson dialogue, you'll likely come across some words you don't know. But don't worry, because our teachers translate everything. When you hear the conversation again at the end of the lesson, you'll be familiar with the words you didn't know at first. Number 3, learn with our 2,000 most common words list. A quick question. How many words do you think you need for conversational fluency? 3,000? 5,000? It's actually not as many as you think. Language experts say you need about 1,500 words to reach conversational fluency. With our 2,000 most common words list, you'll get access to key vocabulary words you need to boost your conversation skills. The words are broken down into simple categories, such as adjectives, nouns, verbs, food, drinks, numbers, months, and so on, so you can go category by category and focus on what you're most interested in first. With this tip, we're not talking about paper flashcards. We're talking about the smart flashcards that you can find in our premium study tools. This is an automatic system individualized for each member based on their study needs. First, you'll use the cards to check your knowledge. Then, according to your answers, the cards will be sorted according to which words you need more practice with. Words that you struggle with will be shown to you more and more. You'll see words that you know well less often. This system helps you study more efficiently. It displays the words you need to work on and knows when you should refresh your knowledge. This helps make sure you don't forget vocabulary. In every study session, these cards will help you refresh your memory on the words you learned last time and introduce new words. Number 5, use the words. After you learn a new word, using it right away is crucial to remembering it. So, when you're done with a lesson or a vocab list, here's something you can do. Leave a comment. Make up a sample sentence and post it in the comment section. Write it down in a notebook, or shadow the word with a lessons dialogue. Our language learning program is full of tools that can help you speak more. Just pick one and get started. If you want to unlock all of these study tools, check out our complete language learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Get tons of resources to have you speaking in your target language. And if you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye! Hi everyone, I'm Alicia. Welcome to Conversational Phrases. We've found that the best way to learn a language is to speak it from day one. And the best way to start speaking is to learn phrases that you'll use in real conversations. In this lesson, you'll learn conversational phrases to ask and answer the question, how do you say this? After watching this video, you'll be able to ask someone how a word is pronounced. And if you want to learn more vocabulary, phrases, and example sentences you can use in real-life situations, click the link in the description to download your How to Say Something PDF cheat sheet for free. Now, let's take a look at some conversational phrases.
Listen to the dialogue.
Jak to powiedzieć?
To jest parking.
Once more with the English translation.
Jak to powiedzieć?
How do you say this?
To jest parking.
It's parking lot. First of all, you'll need to learn how to say, how do you say this? That's,
Jak to powiedzieć?
listen to it again.
Jak to powiedzieć? Jak to powiedzieć?
Now, how do you answer this question? The pattern is
To jest.
word. It's word. For example, it's parking lot.
To jest parking. To jest parking.
Here are a few useful words you can use with the same pattern. Parking lot,
Parking. Parking.
giraffe,
Żyrafa. Żyrafa.
travel,
Podróż. Podróż.
invasion,
Inwazja. Inwazja.
Let's look at some examples. Listen and repeat or speak along with the native speakers.
Jak to powiedzieć? To jest żyrafa. Jak to powiedzieć? To jest podróż. Jak to powiedzieć? To jest inwazja.
Okay, now it's your turn. Do you remember how to say, how do you say this?
Jak to powiedzieć?
Imagine it's the word giraffe. Do you remember how to say giraffe?
Żyrafa. Żyrafa.
Say, it's giraffe.
To jest żyrafa.
Now answer the question saying, it's giraffe.
Jak to powiedzieć? To jest żyrafa.
Now imagine the word is travel. Do you remember how to say travel?
Podróż. Podróż.
Say, it's travel.
To jest podróż.
Now, answer the question saying it's travel.
Jak to powiedzieć? To jest podróż.
Now imagine the word is invasion. Do you remember how to say invasion?
Inwazja. Inwazja.
Say, it's invasion.
To jest inwazja.
Now answer the question saying, it's invasion.
Jak to powiedzieć? To jest inwazja.
When learning a new language, everyone should have an ultimate goal to work towards. Whether you want to be able to connect with a relative, easily order food while traveling, or go somewhere new, having an end goal for your learning can be very motivating. A popular but challenging goal is being able to speak like a native speaker. It's difficult to measure exactly when you reach this goal, and it's not something you can pick up using textbooks alone. So how do you work on making your speech more natural? That's what we're going to look at today. Here are 3 tips to help you practice talking like a native speaker. Number 1, focus on vocabulary. If your goal is to speak like a native, you might be really focused on speaking quickly or using as many complex grammar patterns as possible. But in our native languages, we're not always trying to speak as fast as possible, and we use complex grammar patterns when necessary, not to show off. Vocabulary, however, is extremely important to expressing ourselves naturally. Your choice of words can reveal a lot about you and your understanding of the language. Most learners have had the experience of using a phrasebook or a dictionary to find a word they want to use, trying the word in conversation, and getting a look of confusion from the native speaker. In some cases, although your word choice may be grammatically correct, the word may be inappropriate for the situation or totally unnatural. This is especially important in business and other formal situations, where the right level of formality and professionalism is key. Being able to understand nuances in vocabulary words can also help you understand relationships between people just by listening to the conversation. Try to listen to many different types of conversations. Listen to how people talk to their friends, their superiors, and in customer service situations. This will give you a better idea of how to talk to others naturally. In some languages, you can omit words from sentences or use more direct communication styles. It's important to be aware of these things so you can apply them yourself. Colloquialisms and slang are also commonly used in most languages. As this sort of vocabulary is always evolving, it can be difficult to keep up with the latest words. Talk with native speakers and consume media in your target language to make sure you pick up these kinds of expressions. Media is a great resource for your learning. Ultimately, knowing the appropriate vocabulary to use for each situation will really help you sound more knowledgeable. Number 2, perfect your accent. With every language, there are unique pronunciation and intonation challenges. Some languages are tonal languages, and a change in pitch can completely change the meaning of a word. Then there's the fact that most countries have multiple dialects, and so people from one area of the country may sound different from those in another. So what is the best way to listen to a wide range of accents and different pronunciations? Video and audio resources are a great way to do this. YouTube is a perfect place to start because people from all kinds of different backgrounds upload videos to the platform. You can watch educational videos, daily life vlogs, cooking shows, a travel series, whatever interests you. Pay attention to the different ways people speak. Everyone is unique. And then practice speaking like them. This kind of practice can help you sound more natural. One note, please be aware of the type of resources you're using. For example, if you find a video where a speaker uses a rare dialect, it might not be a good idea to use that for your pronunciation practice, unless you have a special reason for studying a specific accent. As a general rule, it's best to try to search for practice resources that use a standard form of the language you're studying. Number 3, copy what you hear. Do you remember how you learned to speak as a child? We rarely learned new words just listening to them, or reading after we learned how. When we were little kids, we imitated the sounds we heard by repeating the sounds out loud. While you're talking to a friend, watching videos, or listening to audio in your target language, you can do this to try and replicate the way they speak. Doing this will help you work on mastering the flow of the language, your accent, intonation, and pronunciation. Of course, you might also pick up some new vocabulary this way. Make sure to repeat new words often. It's a great way to make sure you remember them. Try doing this using a number of different mediums and sources. That way, you'll be exposed to the diversity that the language offers and master the fundamentals of pronunciation. For example, you can watch and imitate several different YouTube videos and audio CDs, but try a few different sources, like different creators or different audio types, to make sure you experience a wide range of communication in your target language. If you're using our language learning program, you can even get your own teacher with Premium Plus. Your teacher can answer questions, give assignments, and even listen to your recordings and give you advice on pronunciation. Completing these kinds of lessons with a native teacher can really boost your confidence in your speaking skills. Becoming able to speak like a native is a popular goal for many people learning a new language. It feels great to be able to communicate smoothly, especially when the people you're talking to expect basic level sentences or broken communication. Try using the tips we've shared in this video to work on improving your speaking skills. Of course, it'll take time and persistence, but the reward will be more natural communication. And for even more tips on speaking, check out our complete language learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Get tons of resources to have you speaking in your target language. And if you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye! Hey everyone, Alicia here. Welcome to Conversational Phrases. We've found that the best way to learn a language is to speak it from day one. And the best way to start speaking is to learn phrases that you'll use in real conversations. In this lesson, we'll learn conversational phrases to answer the question, what's the matter? After watching this video, you'll be able to make complaints and ask someone else if they're having any issues. And if you want to learn more vocabulary, phrases, and example sentences you can use in real-life situations, click the link in the description to download your Making Complaints PDF cheat sheet for free. Now let's take a look at some conversational phrases.
Listen to the dialogue.
Wszystko w porządku?
W biurze jest gorąco.
Once more with the English translation.
Wszystko w porządku?
What's the matter?
W biurze jest gorąco.
The office is hot. First of all, you'll need to learn how to say, what's the matter? That's,
Wszystko w porządku?
listen to it again.
Wszystko w porządku? Wszystko w porządku?
This Polish sentence literally translates into, is everything okay? But it means, what's the matter in English? Now, how do you answer this question? The pattern is
W biurze jest.
adjective. This Polish sentence literally translates into, in the office there is adjective, but it means, the office is adjective in English. For example, the office is hot.
W biurze jest gorąco. W biurze jest gorąco.
Here are a few more examples you can use with the same pattern to make complaints. Hot,
Gorąco. Gorąco.
cold,
Zimno. Zimno.
noisy,
Głośno. Głośno.
dirty,
Brudno. Brudno.
Let's look at some examples. Listen and repeat or speak along with the native speakers.
Wszystko w porządku?
W biurze jest zimno.
Wszystko w porządku?
W biurze jest głośno.
Wszystko w porządku?
W biurze jest brudno.
Okay, now it's your turn. Do you remember how to say, "What's the matter?"
Wszystko w porządku?
Imagine the office is cold. Do you remember how to say cold?
Zimno. Zimno.
Say, the office is cold.
W biurze jest zimno.
Now answer the question saying the office is cold.
Wszystko w porządku?
W biurze jest zimno.
Now imagine the office is noisy. Do you remember how to say noisy?
Głośno. Głośno.
Say, the office is noisy.
W biurze jest głośno.
Now, answer the question saying the office is noisy.
Wszystko w porządku?
W biurze jest głośno.
Now imagine the office is dirty. Do you remember how to say dirty?
Brudno. Brudno.
Say, the office is dirty.
W biurze jest brudno.
Now answer the question saying the office is dirty.
Wszystko w porządku?
W biurze jest brudno.
Want to speak real Polish from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at PolishPod101.com.
Hello everyone, welcome to Top Polish Words. And today we will be doing top 25 Polish phrases. My name is Marzena. Let's start. So the first phrase is cześć. Cześć means hello in Polish. So when you meet your friend, you can say cześć, which would be like saying hello. But then again, you can use cześć to say bye as well. For example, when you meet your friend, you can say cześć, and then when you have to go back home, you can say cześć again. So this one is pretty useful. So our next phrase is dzień dobry. Dzień dobry means good morning in English, but actually what it literally means is dzień, which is a day, and dobry, which is good. So actually what you are saying, it's good day. That's why we can use it through the whole day, not only in the morning. You can say it in the evening as well, or in the afternoon. You can say it to your friends or to your family and to a person you don't know as well. So feel free to use it anytime you want. And our next phrase is dobry wieczór. Dobry wieczór means good evening, literally means good evening. For example, through the whole day you would say dzień dobry, but at the end of the day you would say dobry wieczór. Now, actually, a lot of people, it's very difficult to know when can you start saying that, when can you start saying dobry wieczór instead of dzień dobry. So a lot of people I know starts with like dzień dobry, they want to say dzień dobry, but they notice it's already evening and they say like dzień dobry wieczór, which is the funny way of saying that. You can try it if you want. Dobranoc. Dobranoc means good night. So you would usually use it before going to bed, when you want to say bye to your family or to your friends, and just you are sleepy, you will just say dobranoc. Dobranoc, it's one word, but it actually came from two different words. So like dobra, which means good, and noc, night. So it literally means good night, but it's one word right now. The next phrase is jak się nazywasz? Jak się nazywasz? Which means, what is your name? If you meet a new person, you can use it, but remember that this phrase will be better to use with people of the same age or people younger, because it literally means what is your name, not what is your name, sir, or what is your name, ma'am. That's why it's not too good to use for like older people. More, it's better to use it for your friends, for people the same age, or for younger people, for children as well. So once again, jak się nazywasz? And the next one is nazywam się. So obviously if you ask jak się nazywasz, what is your name, you have to answer that, and that's nazywam się, which means my name is. For example, nazywam się Marzena. So the next phrase is miło mi ciebie poznać. Miło mi ciebie poznać, which means it's nice to meet you. So obviously when you meet a new person, you ask jak się nazywasz, and you answer nazywam się, like nazywam się Marzena, and then at the end you usually say like it's nice to meet you, and that would be miło mi ciebie poznać. So the next phrase is jak się masz? Jak się masz? Which means how are you? Now the funny thing is that we don't really ask that a lot in Poland. I mean, we do, but not as often as you do it in English. So when you ask somebody jak się masz, how are you? Be careful, because this person can actually give you the real answer. The next phrase for today is dobrze, dziękuję. A ty? I'm fine, thanks. And you? Dobrze, dziękuję. A ty? I'm fine, thanks. And you? As I told you before, this may not be the answer that you will get. Some people will say so, but some people will just start talking about their problems, about their life, and instead of just getting I'm fine, thank you, and you will get the whole life story of this person and all the problems and everything related. So be careful when you ask this one. It's usually good to ask your friends, people you are closer to, with whom you really want to talk a lot, and then you will get an answer, longer answer. But of course, if you are asked and you don't want to talk about your life, you can just say dobrze, dziękuję, a ty? Proszę. Please. Proszę. Proszę means please in English, and you can use it, for example, when you give somebody something. So like, proszę. Or when you ask somebody to do something, like, proszę, proszę, zrób to dla mnie. Please, please, please do it for me. So going to the next phrase, dziękuję. Dziękuję means thank you in Polish. Well, you can use it to basically anybody you want. When somebody passes you something, you can say, and saying proszę, you can say dziękuję. When somebody invites you inside, saying proszę, proszę, you can say dziękuję as well. When somebody offers you tea or coffee, you can say dziękuję. If you don't want it though, you can say nie dziękuję, which means no, thank you. Nie ma za co. Nie ma za co means you are welcome, but what it actually literally means is there is nothing to be thankful for. So we usually say dziękuję, and the other person would say nie ma za co. The next phrase we have here is tak. Tak means just yes. Whenever you want to say yes, and it's the same, it's basically the same as in English. So, for example, when you want to use tak, if somebody asks you, do you want a tea or do you want something to drink? And you can say tak. Or you can say, actually adding please, tak, proszę. And when this person passes it to you, you can add dziękuję. The next phrase is nie. Nie means no. For example, if somebody offers you something to drink, if you want it, you can say yes, please, which would be tak, proszę, or tak, poproszę. But if you don't want it, you can say nie, or you can say nie, dziękuję, adding thanks to that. So, do you want something to drink? Nie, dziękuję. And next phrase is dobrze. Dobrze means okay. So, for example, when your friends asks you to go somewhere, or like, do you want to go grab something to eat together? And you can say, tak, or you can say, dobrze, let's go. Yeah, sure, okay, let's go. Or if they ask you if you want to go together for a trip, you can say, yeah, sure, dobrze. Yeah, I want to go. The next phrase is przepraszam. Przepraszam has many different meanings. So it can mean excuse me, but it also can mean I'm sorry. So you would see a lot of Polish people mixing excuse me and I'm sorry in English, because it's actually one word in Polish. So for example, when you stepped on somebody's leg, you can say przepraszam. When you did something wrong, you can say przepraszam. When you want to pass through like crowd of people, you can say przepraszam, przepraszam, and find your way out. If you did something wrong, you can say przepraszam as well. So it's actually a pretty useful one. So it means excuse me, but it means I'm sorry in the same time. Przepraszam. Przepraszam means I'm sorry. Actually, the next phrase is która jest godzina? Która jest godzina means what time is it? If you want to ask somebody, excuse me, what time is it now? You can say przepraszam, która jest godzina? So let's go to the next one. Another very useful phrase. Gdzie jest toaleta? Gdzie jest toaleta? Which means where is the toilet? So gdzie means actually where. Jest means be or to be, and toaleta is toilet. So gdzie jest toaleta means where is the toilet. So if you are in a shopping mall or in a restaurant and you want to ask, excuse me, where is the toilet, you will say, przepraszam, gdzie jest toaleta? The next phrase is poczekaj chwilkę. Poczekaj means to wait, and chwilkę means a moment, and together it means wait a moment, please. When you see your friend going somewhere, but you still want to talk to him or her, and you can just, call them and then say, poczekaj chwilkę. Ile to kosztuje? Ile to kosztuje means how much is this? When you go to a shop, you will say, przepraszam, ile to kosztuje? So, excuse me, how much is this? Przepraszam, ile to kosztuje? Czy mogę prosić o rachunek? Czy mogę prosić o rachunek? Can I get the check, please? So imagine you are sitting in a very nice Polish restaurant eating pierogi or any other wonderful Polish dish, and you've just finished and you just want to get your bill. So you would just call the waiter saying przepraszam, and then you will add czy mogę prosić o rachunek? And the next one for today is pomocy. Pomocy. This means help, and I hope you will not have to use this one anytime soon. But if you're ever in danger, if you ever are in a very dangerous situation, which I hope you will not be in Poland, you can use this one, saying pomocy. Do zobaczenia. Do zobaczenia means see you later. You can use it when you speak with your friends and with your family or with anyone basically, because it's not super formal, but it's not only reserved to your closest friends. So like for example, we started this one with cześć, which was hello, but it was bye as well. And this one you would use when you speak with your friends, you would say cześć. But then for everybody else, your friends included, you can say do zobaczenia, which means until we see each other again. Potrafię dobrze mówić po polsku. I can't speak Polish very well. Nie potrafię means I can't. Mówić means to speak, and then po polsku means in Polish. So nie potrafię mówić po polsku, it literally means I can't speak Polish very well, or I can't speak in Polish very well if you wanted a very literal translation. When you start learning the language and you are still not so good and you meet like people and you want to tell them that your Polish it's not so good or it's not super good yet, you can use this phrase. Nie potrafię dobrze mówić po polsku. Thank you guys for watching. This was top 25 Polish phrases. And if you like this video, remember to give it a thumb up and leave some comments below. If you have any questions, you can leave it as well. And for more words and phrases, go to polishpod101.com. Thank you and see you again! Hello everyone, welcome to Top Polish Words. My name is Marzena and today we will learn 10 phrases you always want to hear in Polish. Świetnie dzisiaj wyglądasz. You look great today. So the first one is świetnie dzisiaj wyglądasz. You look great today. So that's a good one. You can say it to your friends, you can say it to somebody from your family. You wouldn't say it to a person you don't know, like, random person on the street, which you do in some other countries, but everybody will feel better with this one. Świetnie dzisiaj wyglądasz. You look great today. Tęsknię za tobą. I miss you. Tęsknię za tobą. Tęsknię za tobą means I miss you. So this is something you would say to a person close to you, to somebody from your family. Well, somebody, you don't have to address as a sir, a ma'am. You can write it to a person you love, for example, or to your mom, to your dad. Wykonałeś świetną robotę. You did a great job. Wykonałeś świetną robotę. You did a great job. This is a phrase, I guess, that you will hear at a company. Maybe your boss will tell you that, or your supervisor, or maybe your teacher even. But somebody you know who is above you and he will prize you for whatever you've done. Dostaniesz premię na koniec miesiąca. There will be a bonus at the end of the month. Dostaniesz premię na koniec miesiąca. There will be a bonus at the end of the month. Well, I guess bonuses in Poland right now are quite common. It wasn't like this 20 years ago. But right now in a lot of companies, they want to make people they want to, people to work better. They want people to try. So there is this system of bonuses in most of the companies in Poland right now. So you may actually hear this one if you work well. Dobrze gotujesz. You're an excellent cook. Dobrze gotujesz. Dobrze gotujesz means you are an excellent cook. And this is very important in Poland especially. We do love food and we do love, our homemade food. So whenever you want to marry into Polish family, be sure to be a good cook. And we do cook a lot. We do cook a lot in Poland. We don't really go out, eating out. So phrase like, dobrze gotujesz, it's a compliment and a very, very good one. Odpocznij sobie, dzisiaj ja posprzątam. Take a break, I will do the cleaning today. Odpocznij sobie, dzisiaj ja posprzątam. Take a break, I will do the cleaning today. That's something I would love to hear. We do, there is this whole schedule to Polish Week, and because a lot of people still go to church on Sunday, and they don't work on Sunday, we usually do our cleaning on Saturday. It's like, I guess in a lot of other families, both the wife and the husband, they both, engage in the cleaning process, and they both try to, clean the house. And then on Sunday, they both usually rest and start work from Monday to Friday. Wygrałeś, and you win. Wygrałeś, and you win. We've got this very popular lottery in Poland. It's called Totolotek, and you can buy it almost everywhere. There's the small kiosks where they sell it, and I guess a lot of people try to try their luck. And I guess I would be super happy if I won 1 million zloty, which I never did. I guess the most I won was 200 zloty, which is still $50, $60 maybe. Pretty good. Miałeś rację. You were right. Miałeś rację. You were right. It's difficult to say that somebody else was right. And I guess, girls in Poland would admit it, oh, you were right. But guys are so proud, and I don't think they will do that. I don't think guys say that a lot. Przyniosłem ci coś specjalnego. I brought you something special. Przyniosłem ci coś specjalnego. I brought you something special. And this something special can be a piece of cake, wonderful Polish sernik, cheesecake, or a flower or two. Budżet jest nieograniczony. The budget is unlimited. Okay, so the next one is Budżet jest nieograniczony, which basically means the budget is unlimited. I don't think you will ever hear it in a Polish company, but if so, that's definitely something that will make you happy. And that's all for today. Once again, my name is Marzena, and today we learned 10 things you want to hear in Polish. So if you like this video, please remember to like it and remember to check out polishpod101.com. That's all for today and see you next time. Thank you! Hello everybody, welcome to Top Polish Words. My name is Marzena and today we will learn 10 phrases to amaze native speakers. So let's go! Dziękuję, ale nie jestem Polakiem. Thank you, but I'm not Polish. Dziękuję, ale nie jestem Polakiem. Thank you, but I'm not Polish. So I guess after long years of studying Polish, somebody can mistake you for an actual Polish person, and then you can say, "Oh, no, thank you. I'm flattered, but I'm not Polish." Dziękuję, ale nie jestem Polakiem. Nauczyłem się mówić płynnie w ciągu zaledwie roku. It took me only a year to become fluent. Nauczyłem się mówić płynnie w ciągu zaledwie roku. Nauczyłem się mówić płynnie w ciągu zaledwie roku. It took me only a year to become fluent. Nauczyłem się mówić płynnie w ciągu zaledwie roku. And if you're a girl, you want to change this nauczyłem się into nauczyłam się. Nauczyłam się mówić płynnie w ciągu zaledwie roku. Będę mówił po polsku jak Polak w 3 lata. I will speak Polish like a Polish person in 3 years. Będę mówił po polsku jak Polak w 3 lata. I will speak Polish like a Polish person in 3 years. That can be a goal for you to achieve and kind of something you can do. So please try. Good luck. Powodzenia. Uczyłem się polskiego przez 10 lat. I've been learning Polish for 10 years. Another thing that will leave people impressed is saying that you've been learning Polish for a very, very long time. And you can say, uczyłem się polskiego przez 10 lat. I've been learning Polish for 10 years. And remember, if you are a girl, you want to change uczyłem się into uczyłam się. Mogę oglądać polskie filmy bez napisów. I can watch Polish movies without subtitles. Mogę oglądać polskie filmy bez napisów. I can watch Polish movie without subtitles. This is something that will really impress people, and I guess you can achieve it by watching a lot of movies and then studying Polish with polishpod101.com. These two methods combined will lead you to success. Potrafię zapamiętać około 50 nowych polskich słów dziennie. I can memorize around 50 new Polish words a day. Potrafię zapamiętać około 50 nowych polskich słów dziennie. I can memorize around 50 new Polish words a day. That's a kind of achievement, yet, think about it, it's not very difficult to do. So if you try to study with like flashcards from polishpod101.com, you can actually maybe able to do it in a very, very short time, go to up to like 50 words, because words are very similar and there are the parts that you already know, and that kind of helps you memorize. So be sure to think about it whenever you're learning a new word. Polski jest fajny i prosty w nauce. Polish is fun and easy to learn. I guess a lot of native speakers think that Polish is very difficult, and it is, so you can amaze them by saying Polski jest fajny i prosty w nauce. Polski jest fajny i prosty w nauce. Polish is fun and easy to learn. Well, I would be amazed if somebody told me that, so please try it out on your Polish friends. Mówię nie tylko po polsku, ale jeszcze w kilku innych językach. Apart from knowing Polish, I can speak a few other languages as well. Another thing that many people find amazing is if you can speak not only Polish but other languages as well. So in that case you can say mówię nie tylko po polsku, ale jeszcze w kilku innych językach. Apart from knowing Polish, I can speak few other languages as well. That's definitely something to amaze your friends. Uczę się polskiego samodzielnie. I'm learning Polish all by myself. Uczę się polskiego samodzielnie. Uczę się polskiego samodzielnie. Which means I'm learning Polish by myself. I'm learning Polish by myself. Polish is a very difficult language to learn, so learning it by yourself is actually very difficult. It requires some time, it requires effort, yet If you can do it, that's really amazing. Go for it. Nie mam najmniejszych problemów z polską ortografią. I have no problems with Polish orthography. So what is the most difficult part in studying Polish? Well, somebody would say it's an aspect, but I guess there is another part that's very difficult, and it's orthography. And actually, orthography is difficult not only to foreigners, it's very difficult to Polish people as well. And we got a lot of people, not even our president can spell some words, so please watch news for that one. So, if you want to impress somebody, you can say, nie mam najmniejszych problemów z polską ortografią, which means I have no problems with Polish orthography. That's actually cool. I do have problems with Polish orthography, so I would be impressed. Thank you for watching. This was 10 phrases to amaze native speakers. And did you try any of these? Which one works the best? Please let us know in the comments, and please remember to like this video. And for more words and for more lessons, please visit polishpod101.com. Thank you again and see you next time. Cześć! Hello everyone, my name is Marzena. Welcome to Top Polish Words. Today we will learn 20 travel phrases you should know. So here we go. Czy mógłbym dostać mapę? Could I get a map? So imagine you are in a new place and you go to the information center and you want a map. So you will ask, can I get a map? And in Polish you will ask, czy mógłbym dostać mapę? Czy mógłbym dostać mapę? Czy mógłbym dostać mapę? Could I get a map? Or if you are a girl, you will ask, czy mogłabym dostać mapę? Czy mogłabym dostać mapę? Again, could I get a map? Czy mógłbym dostać mapę? Czy mogłabym dostać mapę? Czy mówisz po angielsku? Do you speak English? Now you're wandering around and you want to ask for the way and you see somebody and you want to ask them if they speak English. So you want to ask, do you speak English? Do you speak English? In Polish you would say, czy mówisz po angielsku? Czy mówisz po angielsku? And I guess this is the easiest way to say that, but not the nicest way, because actually mówisz, so do you speak English, it's something you will use with your friends, with somebody close to you, and for a person you don't know, it's better to say sir or ma'am. So in Polish you will say, if it's a guy, czy mówi pan po angielsku? Czy mówi pan po angielsku? And if it's a girl, czy mówi pani po angielsku? Czy mówi pani po angielsku? Czy mówi pan po angielsku? Czy mówi pani po angielsku? But if you want to do it the easy way, nobody will get angry at you. They will know that you are not so good at Polish, that you are still trying to figure stuff out, and you can easily say, czy mówisz po angielsku? Czy mówisz po angielsku? Czy jest autobus z lotniska do miasta? Is there a bus from the airport to the city? Now, imagine you just arrived and you're at the airport and you want to ask around how to get to the city center. You're looking for a bus and you want to ask, is there a bus from the airport to the city center? You can just say, czy jest autobus z lotniska do miasta? Czy jest autobus z lotniska do miasta? Is there a bus from the airport to the city? Is there a bus from the airport to the city? And I can tell you in Warsaw, yes, there is. There is also a very convenient train, by the way. Czy Wi-Fi jest darmowe? Is the Wi-Fi free? When you are traveling, you usually want to connect to the internet. And you are looking for Wi-Fi, and you are looking for a free Wi-Fi, and you want to ask if the Wi-Fi is free. You can ask in Polish, czy Wi-Fi jest darmowe? Czy Wi-Fi jest darmowe? Is the Wi-Fi free? Czy Wi-Fi jest darmowe? Actually, if you go and ask, czy Wi-Fi jest darmowe, people will not understand you. So you have to change the Wi-Fi pronunciation. Even though the word is the same, the spelling is the same, you have to change Wi-Fi to Wi-Fi. So if you're looking for a free Wi-Fi, remember you can ask, is the Wi-Fi free? Czy Wi-Fi jest darmowe? By the way, you will find it very easily everywhere, almost everywhere you will have free Wi-Fi. You are walking the street, in the city center, in almost, I think every coffee shop, actually, not almost every, but every coffee shop, every hotel, basically everywhere. Czy mają Państwo wolne pokoje na dzisiaj? Do you have any vacancies tonight? Now, imagine you are looking for an accommodation and you see a hotel, you walk in and you want to ask, do you have any vacancies tonight? Do you have any vacancies tonight? In Polish you would say, czy mają Państwo wolne pokoje na dzisiaj? Do you have vacancies tonight? Czy mają Państwo wolne pokoje na dzisiaj? Which means wolne pokoje. Wolne pokoje. If you want to translate it literally, it means free rooms, not for free, but free as a, nobody there. But this is what we say in Polish for vacancies. Czy mają Państwo wolne pokoje na dzisiaj? Czy mają Państwo wolne pokoje na dzisiaj? Do you have vacancies tonight? Czy mógłbym się przenieść do innego pokoju? Could I move to a different room? Now imagine you are already in your room and then something is broken, something is not working and you want to ask if you can move to another room. What you would say in Polish is, czy mógłbym się przenieść do innego pokoju? Czy mógłbym się przenieść do innego pokoju? Could I move to a different room? But that's if you are a guy, czy mógłbym. If you are a girl, you would say, czy mogłabym. Czy mógłbym? Czy mogłabym? Czy mógłbym się przenieść do innego pokoju? Czy mogłabym się przenieść do innego pokoju? Could I move to a different room? Mam rezerwację. I have a reservation. Now, if you're one of those lucky persons who actually booked everything and then you just arrive and you have everything organized, you arrived at the hotel and you want to say, I have a reservation. In Polish, you would say, mam rezerwację. Mam rezerwację. I have a reservation. Mam rezerwację. Or, for example, you can add for today, mam rezerwację na dzisiaj. Or if you are calling them and you want to say, oh, I have a reservation for tomorrow, but I will arrive late or something like that, you can say, mam rezerwację na jutro. Mam rezerwację na jutro. Or if you want to say, I have a reservation for September 15th, you can say, mam rezerwację na 15 września. So there is this preposition na. Mam rezerwację na, and then the date comes. It can be a date or a day, like jutro, tomorrow. Czy moglibyśmy prosić o menu? Could we have the menu, please? And imagine you enter a restaurant. Depends on the country. Sometimes you have to ask for things. Sometimes the waiter or waitress will just bring everything to you. In Poland, I think in a lot of places you will wait long time before they bring everything. So it's better to ask. And for example, if you want to have the menu and you want to say, could we have the menu, please? In Polish you will say, czy moglibyśmy prosić o menu? Czy moglibyśmy prosić o menu? There is a Polish word for menu, which you will say, well, in Polish, karta dań, karta dań, but we don't use it very often. So usually just menu is okay. Czy moglibyśmy prosić o menu? Ma Pan jakieś rekomendacje? Do you have any recommendations? Now, imagine you are staying at a hotel and you want to walk around, you want to see new places, but you don't really know where to go and you want to ask for the recommendation. What you would say to a guy is, ma Pan jakieś rekomendacje? Ma Pan jakieś rekomendacje? And to a girl, you would say, ma Pani jakieś rekomendacje? Ma Pani jakieś rekomendacje? Do you have any recommendations? It can be either about sightseeing or when you already have this menu and you are ordering something and you don't know what Polish food is like and which is good, which is bad, which is the most traditional one. You just ask the waiter or waitress, Czy ma pan jakieś rekomendacje? Czy ma pani jakieś rekomendacje? Do you have any recommendations? Czy mogę prosić o rachunek? Could I have the check, please? Now, when you finish and you wanna get the bill and just go, and you wanna ask, could I have the check, please? In Polish, you would say, czy mogę prosić o rachunek? Czy mogę prosić o rachunek? Could I have the check, please? Could I have the check, please? Czy mogę prosić o rachunek? Czy mogę prosić o rachunek? Where rachunek means bill or check. Czy mogę prosić o rachunek? Jestem uczulony na orzeszki ziemne. I'm allergic to peanuts. Now, when you have some allergies, it's very important to tell your waiter or waitress that you have them, because sometimes they can prepare a dish that can actually be very dangerous for you. So if you want to say I'm allergic to peanuts, you will say jestem uczulony na orzeszki ziemne. Jestem uczulony na orzeszki ziemne. And if you have any other allergies, you will just say jestem uczulony na and then add the allergy. So jestem uczulony na orzeszki ziemne is one of the examples. Now, if you are a girl, you will change it a little bit. You will say, instead of uczulony, you will say uczulona. So instead of saying jestem uczulony na orzeszki ziemne, you will say jestem uczulona na orzeszki ziemne. Poproszę wodę. Water, please. In many countries, in restaurant, water is for free. In Poland, actually, it's not for free, but you can order it, of course. And when you want to say water, please, in Polish you would say poproszę wodę. Water, please. Poproszę wodę. Which, remember, you will be charged for it. Ile to kosztuje? How much is this? It's never good to buy something if you don't know the price. And same goes for Poland, especially if you go and buy something in the bazaar. They can cheat you, they can charge you extra, so it's always better to ask first. And to do so, you just say, ile to kosztuje? Ile to kosztuje? How much is this? How much is this? Ile to kosztuje? Wezmę to. I would like this. Now, even if you don't know the Polish name, you can always point at something and say, I would like this. Now, how to say it in Polish? In Polish, you would say, wezmę to. I would like this. Wezmę to. Just simply point at the thing and say, wezmę to. I would like this. Wezmę to. Which literally means I will take this. Wezmę to. Czy dostanę zniżkę? Could you give me a discount? It is not so uncommon, not so unheard of to just bargain, especially when you are buying on the street, at bazaar, in a big shop, not so much. But you can always try to ask for a discount if you are buying bigger amount. So if you want to ask, could you give me a discount? In Polish you would say, czy dostanę zniżkę? Czy dostanę zniżkę? Could you give me a discount? Czy dostanę zniżkę? Czy akceptują Państwo karty kredytowe? Do you take credit cards? Now, a lot of people travels with no cash on them. It's easier, it's more efficient. Even if you lose your credit card, you can always block it, you can always probably undo some transactions. But it's also very important to ask if they actually accept credit cards in the place where you are going to. And in Poland, I think most places does, or I guess almost all places does. But it's also a good practice to just ask about it. And if you want to say, do you take credit card? Do you take credit card? In Polish would be, czy akceptują Państwo karty kredytowe? Czy akceptują Państwo karty kredytowe? Czy akceptują Państwo karty kredytowe? Do you take credit card? Przepraszam, gdzie jest stacja kolejowa? Excuse me, where is the train station? And if you are walking around the street and you want to find a train station, let's say, or anything else, you can use the same sentence actually to anything else. You can stop somebody saying przepraszam, which is something like excuse me, and then adding gdzie jest stacja kolejowa? Przepraszam, gdzie jest stacja kolejowa? Which in English would mean excuse me, where is the train station? Przepraszam, gdzie jest stacja kolejowa? Excuse me, where is the train station? Przepraszam, ile kosztuje bilet? Excuse me, how much is the ticket? So you just say, excuse me, how much is the ticket? In Polish you would say, przepraszam, ile kosztuje bilet? Przepraszam, ile kosztuje bilet? Excuse me, how much is the ticket? And of course, it can be an entrance ticket as well, or a train ticket. And if it's a train ticket from place A to place B, you can ask, przepraszam, ile kosztuje bilet do? And then add the name of your destination. For example, przepraszam, ile kosztuje bilet do Krakowa? Przepraszam, ile kosztuje bilet do Warszawy? Przepraszam, ile kosztuje bilet do Opola? Przepraszam, ile kosztuje bilet do Wrocławia? And so on, and so on. Czy mógłby pan zrobić mi zdjęcie? Could you take a picture of me, please? Traveling alone is a great thing, but if you want to take a picture, well, you can take a selfie and you can use the selfie stick, but it's not always so great. So sometimes it's better to just stop somebody and ask, could you take a picture of me, please? Which in Polish you would say, czy mógłby pan zrobić mi zdjęcie? Czy mógłby pan zrobić mi zdjęcie? If the person you ask is a guy. But if it's a girl, you would say, czy mogłaby pani zrobić mi zdjęcie? Czy mogłaby pani zrobić mi zdjęcie? Czy ten autobus jedzie na lotnisko? Is this the right bus for the airport? Now imagine you are going to the airport and you see a bus, but you are not sure if it's going to the airport. So what would you ask in Polish? Czy ten autobus jedzie na lotnisko? Czy ten autobus jedzie na lotnisko? Is this the right bus for the airport? Czy ten autobus jedzie na lotnisko? And I guess most people will be more than happy to help you. Czy ten autobus jedzie na lotnisko? Is this the right bus to the airport? That's all for today. Thank you for watching. Today we learned 20 travel phrases you should know. Are there any other travel phrases you want to know? Please leave us a comment. Remember to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and go to polishpod101.com for more content like that. Thank you again and see ya!
Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Polish ebook before it's gone.